That's weird. You guys did a gradient, didn't you? Yeah.
What?
What are you guys learning?
FTC FRQ.
You remember that? We went
All right, so we have these questions here, and we kind of I will say it's on AP exam. This is one of the most common question. He will tell you that this question is always on every single test. If you need to know a question, and you don't really need to know too much about how to take integral or how to take a derivative. That's one nice thing about this. So you don't have to be great at calculus to do this problem. You just have to be able to read and write shit down. Okay, so so I'm gonna see. I'm gonna post here. I'm gonna post on the Notability to try to go through it. Import open notes. So I'm gonna look at all those things. So the first thing is I see the initial conditions. I see the initial conditions right here. So I know that I'm gonna use that as a low bound. And this is an f prime. So that's another things I need to know, right? So in order to get from f prime to f of 0, so then you say, okay, integration of f prime of x, and we're using this as a low bound. Is that okay? And it go to 0. That is equal to f of 0 minus f of 4. If you write this down right here to give 1 point, you don't have to evaluate nothing. How many of you guys write this down? How many of you guys did not? You have to write it down. And that's why, Oliver, I was trying to tell you. For me, I know you want to argue that point the other day, and I'm not for you for it. It's because if I'm a grader, if you didn't write this down, I cannot give you a point. It's not because I don't want to. It's I'm trying to guide you to just write stuff down so they can give you the point. Not like it matter. You're gonna get very good score on AP exam, but there is a possibility you can get a perfect score. I'm not saying not. So I'd rather you get flawless and not missing those single points. So it's like you feel like, oh, it's not justified. I'm not trying to go after you. I'm trying to go after is that's fixed, like write stuff down. I think Krishan will tell you, says how important just write down simple things like this. You might not feel the necessary. But AP grader doesn't know that you're Oliver Long. It doesn't know that you're Emily, or it doesn't matter know you're Fabian. It doesn't know what kind of student you are. I know, but it doesn't mean I can give you points. Even I was a grader, for me, I only see the barcode. I do not see what your name is. So if you want to get a point, write stuff down. And for you to write stuff down, it will be easy points for you. Because I hear it's easier than MCQ, believe it or not. Okay, so what's the integration between 4 to 0? Well, first of all, let me write it out. So we want f of 0, so it would be f of 4 plus of actually minus integration of 0 to 4 of f of x, and this is a what, f of 0. So what's f of 4? We know is 3, and minus 0 to 4 is what? 0 to 4 is minus 2 pi, right? So it'd be 3 plus 2 pi. Is that okay? So that you earn the second points. So you earn the first point, second point. Is that okay? And then that's integration from 4 to 5 of f of x is equal to f of 5 minus f of 4. So that means f of 4 plus 4 to 5 of f of x is equal to f of 5. And now f of 4 is 3 plus, I think this is 1/2, so it'll be 7/2. Is that okay? Then you earn the third point. So remember, you want to write down the stuff, as much things that you can to write it down to get points. It's not because I want to dare to be criticize you. You have to make sure you write stuff down. And this is just 3 points right here. Then the second one, the second one, we're gonna go to x coordinate for all inflection points. So x equal to 2 and x equal to 6. Did you guys get that? So that's another point. Why? Because now remember, I also take a lot of points besides, I don't know who was it, when you told me it says the graph went to increasing to decreasing, or decreasing, decreasing, increasing at that point. And if you didn't write down what is increasing, what is decreasing, I cannot give you a point either. So you have to learn what is the subject here. So they say the f, right? They say f, but the function is f prime. So you have to say f prime of x change from decreasing to increasing. So at x equal to 2. Sorry, decreasing and increasing at x equal to 2. Is that okay? And f prime of x change from increasing to decreasing at x equal to 6. Now, can some people says they change from f double prime of x changing from negative to positive? Actually, I was looking at rubric this morning. I didn't know this. They say no. You had to base on f prime of x because f prime of x is given. Unless you says, if you want to say f prime of x, f double prime of x changing from positive to negative, you have to write down says the slope of f prime of x equal to f double prime of x in order to say from positive to negative. Does this make sense or no? I'll show you the actual scoring guideline. So like I said, I don't want to be critical, but you gotta understand that this is this one that we'll go to 2022. And this one is a very good guideline. Wait, how come it doesn't scroll down? And trust me, last year I did not spend this time to talk about scoring guideline, but I really want you to earn as many points as possible. And even the people who are weaker at math can actually earn points. If you look at here, they say example reasoning not sufficient connected to the graph f prime, including reason based on sign change f double prime, unless the connection is made with the sign f double prime and the slope of the graph of f prime. If you don't name that, they actually don't give you a point. I didn't know that because I never bothered to read. But since I read it, I'm going to tell you. You cannot get a point by mentioning f double prime unless you says the f prime slope is equal to f double prime. Does that make sense or no? It's not because I want to take points out. Again, I not care about who you are. I care about how you get the points. Okay. So did that answer your question or no? So you had to answer in such a way that it makes sense for them to grade it. They look at you as a barcode. They don't care about who you are. Now for this question, says that GP function f g of x. So if you just write down g prime of x, so if you write down g of x equal to f of x minus x, g prime of x equal to f prime of x minus 1. Just by writing this shit down right here, you get a point. So please write shit down. I'm sorry, just write stuff down. Because if you write it down, they give you a point. Look at the scoring guideline. I'm not lying to you. Look. 1 point. I think anybody can take a derivative of x. Anybody can take a derivative of g prime of x. Or g of x become g prime of x, f prime of x minus 1. Anybody can do it. Anybody can get this point. But if you don't write this down, how many guys did not write it down? Anybody did not write it down? Max? Damien? Look, you can get this point. You don't have to be good at math. You can get a point, just write this down. That's how crazy this is. FRQ, the time I take it at 1997, those FRQ are hard. You cannot beg for a point if you wanted to. Because the time that I was taking FRQ, it was a guy walking on the tightrope between two buildings. And there is a light at one of the building. And he's walking across halfway. And you want to find out how fast the shadow is moving on the floor. So I'll show you. This man is walking right here and is casting the shadow. Oh. This man is casting a shadow. So at first, you want to find out how fast the shadow is moving on the floor. And the second is find out how fast, so the man's walking past a half line, and they say how fast the shadow is moving up the wall. That's the time when I was taking the AP exam. It was not like this. So please just write stuff down. They try to give you a point. This is how it's supposed to be FRQ. Not supposed to be like this. But if like this, just get as many points as possible. Because it's actually easier to earn on FRQ than MCQ. Okay, does this make sense? So just write down that this, and we say is 0 is we want a less than 0. So we want f prime of x minus 1 less than 0, and f prime of x less than 1, right? If it's less than 1, when is less than 1? It starts at this point, so between 0 to 5. Does that make sense? Between 0 to 5? And you're going to say g prime of x is less than 0, which is Is this okay? Now let's go to C. Let's earn the last part. Now the table must be done between the endpoints, which is 0, 5, and 7. 0, 5, and 7. And you say, well, how do I get a 5? And again, the value is there, yu. Please know into the yu. Now, then what you're going to do is you're going to say, well, g of, this one is g of x. So we want to find out what happened at g of x. Now, you remember g of x is equal to f of x minus x. Last period, I tried to do this question. I forgot the statement, and kind of my answer is kind of off. I think it was, okay. So then you say, okay, well, to 5. So that means I need to find out what's f of 5. How do I find out f of 5? Do we find out f of 5 earlier? What's the f of 5? It's 7 over 2, right? So 7 over 2 minus 5. So that is what? I'm sorry. Quick time. we know this from earlier, right? So g of 5 is equal to f of 5 minus 5. So 7 over 2 minus 5. And that's how you get negative 3 over 2. How do I find g of 0? Is equal to f of 0 minus 0. What's f of 0? 3 plus 2 pi when we got earlier, right? Now, how do I find out f of 7? G of 7 equal to f of 7 minus 7. So, what is f of 7? Let's go back. What's f of 7? So, here we already have 3. And we're going to add, this one is half, half, 1, 1, half. So that is going to be 2, 3, 3.5. So it'll be 3.5 plus 3, 6.5. 6.5 minus 7. What? Negative half, is that right? Let me check. Negative half, yeah. Negative half. How do I get that? G of 7 is equal to f of 7 minus 7. F of 7 is, I think, 6.5 minus 7, so it's 1/2. So therefore, the average, this minimum value is right here, is minimum value. Sorry, quick time. It's gonna be here. It's a YU. And that's how we earn 9 points. Is that okay? Yes.
Do we need to do anything more for justification, or is that okay?
A table is a justification. Look at this thing. Candidate test. There was even a name for it. It's called candidate test. I just don't call it candidate test. But candidate test is count as justifications. So answer with justification. So you can use a local argument, or you can do solution use candidate test. I like candidate test, even though it takes longer, because it's so much to write. Things like this, you have to write it like in such a way that it's kind of confusing. I always believe in math solution. This is the best math solutions, because you can provide the evidence, they can give you points. Is there any questions here? Is that okay? Now I'm going to show you 2019. And there is a reason why would I type in BC, because the same question is on the BC exam. If you know it now, guess what? Next year it's like I don't have to learn this. It's a BC and AB. They want to give you points. They want to give you 2 years in a row, 7 points. 2 years in a row. So those you got junior, who's junior here? Okay. Guess what? You're gonna see it again next year. And you're gonna be like, oh, hallelujah, I'm at 3 points. Right? That's what you're supposed to do. Because 3 of the BC exam question is on the AB. So if you know those 3, next year you can just goof off like this guy.
Whoa.
I mean, you still gonna get a 4.
I'm getting a 4.
What did you get last year?
Last year's different.
That's because you choose not to pay attention on those. But this is gonna happen again. Sorry, Christian. You're here. You get used to it.
I do.
You have thick skin now. But I'm serious that there's so many points that I can give it to you. They give you 2 years in a row. It's not like they don't want to give you points. They want to give you points. Okay, so this one I'm not gonna go over, but I'll show you the scoring guideline. because I gotta go to so it's on AB, it's on the BC, right? So this is the first point. Look, they wanna give you points. If you write like this, they give you 1 point. You have to understand what they want. FRQ is basically memorize, say, okay, what kind of games, what kind of rules they want you to play. You play by their rule, you win all the points. How many guys write down the statement? How many guys did not? Max again. Do you see what the common denominator is? Max, stop. You need to start a room, write shit down. Yeah.
I didn't write it exactly like that. I just wrote it.
Huh?
Equals sum.
You cannot draw it.
I didn't draw. I just wrote up the integration and it said it equals 7. Instead of like the whole integration equals different points.
Oh, you write a second line right here. Pretty much. But just write this first line.
Okay.
Second line is going to be like this, and 9 pi over 4. So 3 points. Got it? Again, write down the fundamental theorem. Break up 2 separate integrals. You get 2 plus 2 square root of 5. I think this one's kind of hard to earn, but did anybody not getting it? It's okay? Okay. Again, there's damn table again. Every year there's a damn table. What do they ask? Absolute minimum value, absolute maximum value. Same point. They give you 3 points for this stuff. Identify x equal to -1 as a candidate. Justify. Find out all the things. And look, guess what? You got some of those things already. So it's really easy to evaluate those points. The last one. Okay, you don't have to get the last one. Oh my God, what's the arctan? The end of the world. No, it's not end of the world. If you plug in 1, arctan of 1 is equal to pi over 4. You're supposed to know that. That means when tangent, they give you pi over 4. What is f of 1? Go back, look at the graph. What's f prime of 1? Go back, look at the graph. That means slope at 1 of f prime, right? F of x, if I have f of x there. And then, yeah, so all the points here. You don't even have to simplify, even though that's not a right representation. But 4 over 1 minus pi over 4, they give you an answer for that. AP exam, they love give you points. They're not cruel. They are nice. 10 subjects, 6 questions. This is a one subject, 100% must. So Damien, if you don't understand, go back and redo all of them. Lee, if you don't understand, go back and redo all of them. Those of you guys understand a little bit, go back to all of them. I'm sorry, just go back and review it because you're gonna spend a lot less time reviewing at the end of the year. Everybody's gonna be understanding, or you still don't understand. Because you don't want to have to work on this kind of question at April. You want to get it done by January. Is this okay? Okay. Sorry, I don't have time to go over each individual one, but I think this one, I feel like it's not that bad. All right, so let's go back. And that's to talk about today. All right. Kinematic. Guess what? It's part of AB and BC exam. Except BC is slightly different. BC has two dimension, has x and y. But same idea. I cannot, like, if I give a question to Goshan right now, he can probably figure out 4 out of 5 points, 4 out of 9 points on the BC exam. So I'm gonna pull out right now, right? I'm gonna say, hey, Goshan, do this question, right? So since yeah. So pick a year.
2019.
19 FRQ BC. Look, it's on A, B, and BC at the same time. Remember the fish problem?
Oh.
That's easy.
We did two.
This one is the only thing that's new.
Application.
Hold on a second. No, this is not a good year for you to pick on, so let's say pick on 2018. Let me see, BC exam. Elevator one, same thing. Same thing. So 3 of those questions. Oh, that one's fun. Okay, it's now here. Let's go to
2021.
thing, or pick a year that there's something out of. There's no
I feel like it's more recent then, right?
probably not actually. It's probably one of the older one.
There.
Yeah, sure. You're gonna do this one.
Parametric functions.
Yeah. So you don't even need to know how its parametric works, but just know there's 2 directions. Okay. So hold on a second. Let me wait. Hold on a second. So this is y of t though.
Y of t.
Yeah, dx dt. So there's 2 things. So here. Okay, so take a picture of that and we're gonna move on. So I never taught him how to do this. He's gonna figure out on his own. Actually, every year I ask my BC student to figure out on their own. They know how to do it. You just need to know there's 2 things. There's x direction and y direction now. Okay. So for this, so quick time.
So accurate.
What? Christian. All right. Wait, where's the? Oh, Lee's back. Lee's back. Who told that Lee's accurate?
Yeah, it is very accurate.
Okay, so what I mean by kinematic, because they always ask certain things, so I'm going to talk about it. So S of t, today you have some multiple choice you're going to work on, is equal to positions. And a lot of you guys already know this. You guys, I don't know why you're repeating this. We're going to talk about things that you don't know. Velocity and A of t is acceleration, right? So remember, when you go into here, it's a derivative. When you go into here, it's integration. But if you integrate something, don't forget plus c, right? Don't forget. Don't forget plus c. And c is very, very important. So that means s prime of t equal to v of t. And s double prime of t is equal to v prime of t is equal to a of t. Now integrate of a of t is equal to v of t plus c. Is that okay? Integrate of v of t is equal to s of t plus c. Does that make sense? If you integrate it, you go up. Okay. Now, how many of you guys can tell me what's average velocity? What is average velocity? What's the equation for average velocity? No. What's the equation for average velocity? Fabian? Oh, look who decided to show up to school.
Wow.
This guy show up on Monday to school when nobody is here.
Actually?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Why would you show up on?
How did I pull up to school, man?
Because I know it's a holiday.
I was gonna call you to come open the door.
What the?
I don't know. I thought it was like a studying thing.
Are you good, bro?
Nah.
You got a test today. Actually, you got two tests. You got A, B, and B, C.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, the BC test is hard, by the way. It's super
No,
hard.
no.
Everyone left it blank.
They left it blank.
It was that bad.
Michelle, it's not that bad.
I know, I'm just messing with them.
Okay, average velocity is changing of position over changing of time. So it's S of B minus S of A. What is A, B and A? It's two separate times, right? Two separate times. But that's only if position is given.
With enough aggro, you can get a good grade. Well, it's never worth it. All you need is enough aggro. Pass your test.
All right. Now, there were sometimes I don't give you position function now. So I don't know if physics does this, but I know in calculus they do this. They give you velocity and ask you to find average velocity. If a velocity is given, how do I find average velocity? So think about it. Those of you guys taking physics. So Oliver taking physics, right? Fabian take physics. Who else taking physics here? Kushan. Anybody else?
Wait, Krishan, do you have physics too? Is Rainbow alive?
Oh, you guys
You know what's like
you
better
have to do
last
all of
week?
them. Yeah. You
Oh.
gotta take all of them.
What is it?
He's been here a week, so he has to
He's cooked for the first one.
Sick, bro. Nah.
The first one, everyone
like
failed.
Pfizer vaccines, bro.
Says who?
This flu,
The
all I got
highest
back
grade
here
on class was
was
like
the
82.
knockoff Chinese vaccine, bro. And I only had one shot. I was like dying last week, bro. Like having some OD stuff in my room.
Hey, this makes sense.
I'm still sick, bro. Like I like. I'm
Why are
like
you
faking
here?
it. Huh?
Go sit in the back. Go sit in the back.
Bro,
Leanne's gonna go sit in the back. Wait, dude, go sit in the back, dude.
are you doing that?
Yeah,
Bro.
go sit in that table. That's the way Aiden sits. Aiden's
Where Peter was sitting.
no, all the way in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, isolation. You're in the quarantine.
I pull up to school because you've been texting me.
Not even enough for anything.
Huh?
I don't want you to get people sick. I already like half the people already dead. Miranda already get sick from you.
Bro, this year was sick from me. I haven't seen her for like 20
All the way.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, tomorrow like this table is gonna be fun. All right. So average velocity. What if a velocity is given? How do I find average velocity if velocity is given?
And then you do the equation from there.
Samuel is kind of smart. Okay. What Samuel says, hey, I can do average value of velocity. What do you mean by average value? 1 over b minus a, right? Integration of v of t dt between a to b. I can do this. Why? Because if I do this, it's going to be integrate of that. It's going to be s of b minus s of a over b. Then this is going to be s of b minus s of a over b minus a. Okay, tomorrow we're gonna finish the second part, but today you have homework about this. And then make sure you go back, understand all the FRQ. Please, all the FRQ, please on that question. It's on A, B, and B, C. If you do enough work next year, you don't have to do any work on keywords to that. We're gonna bypass that part. If it's over there.
I'm getting a weird answer for A. It makes sense. It's like where
There's an X, there's a Y. Y is on the graph.
the X is the you pull from the integration of the.
Over there on that table somewhere.
It makes sense.
Keep on. I don't even need to teach you. Parametric just has X direction, Y direction. In physics, you got X direction, Y direction, right?
Yeah.
So you got velocity of each direction. If I throw something, there's a velocity going up and down. There's a velocity going
This is a
south.
combination of two different kinematic questions.